Hey everyone, welcome to Our Small Footprint. My name is Nyssa, and if you're new here, we are a family of 8 who live off-grid in Australia. This is the monthly video that everyone loves to watch, the food haul video. So I got back from my grocery shopping yesterday afternoon, and I just am getting around to doing the intro for the grocery haul now. So as I said, we're a family of 8, we live off-grid. We shop every 4 to 6 weeks. This is a 4-week stretch because of Christmas. Generally speaking, I try and stretch it to 6 weeks. But with the Christmas coming up, I wanted to make sure that I was getting enough shops in between now and Christmas to buy Christmas food. We always buy some special things at Christmas. We buy frozen uncooked prawns that we use as a special treat. We always do seafood salads. We do potato salads, things like that we don't do all year round, but we always do at Christmas. Fresh ham, things like that. So we have one more shopping trip. I lay-byed a bunch of stuff at this shopping trip for the kids for Christmas and stuff that I'll pick up at that trip, which means there's less time to have to hide it in our very limited living space, and things like that. So the way we do our groceries, we try and be a one ingredient, sort of a pantry-esque family. So I much prefer to buy lots of single ingredients and turn all those things into food than to buy lots of prepackaged goods. It's been a process to get where we are with being able to do that, and we still buy some things pre-made. We still have our convenience foods, just not to the quantity that a lot of other people do, and that's just what works for us. I travel 3.5 hours away to do my groceries because it is more efficient for me to do that every 6 weeks than it is to shop locally. There are some people who argue the efficiency of that, but for us, I keep a pretty strict budget to know where our money is going, and I keep a pretty in-depth inventory of our food, and I cook most things from scratch, so it's not like I'm trying to get something regularly or anything, but it's just the way that it works best for us on a weekly value as well as anything else. So before I go shopping, I do an inventory. I'll put it up on the screen here. I do an inventory of what's left on my shelves, and then what I need to do to get it to the base number of what I like to have on my shelves. So say like coconut cream, I like to have a minimum of 24 on my shelves at the beginning of a shopping period, because that is the sort of maximum that we will go through in a shopping period time. Eventually I'd like to get to the point where we have 2 shopping periods worth of everything on the shelves, but we need more storage for that. We currently have limited room for the kitchen, let alone storage. We're working on it. It's in the pipeline, but for the moment we are struggling with space. So we have approximately enough to get us through 1.5 to 2 shopping periods. If we got held up and couldn't do shopping when I had planned, we would still be okay for a while longer. It would be nice to have a little bit more of a buffer just in case. Because we only plan our shops every 6 weeks, if something came up and stopped me from going to that 6-week shop, then it can become an issue depending on how long it's going to be before I can go again. So for us, just having a bit more of a buffer would be nice. I'd also like to stretch the groceries out even longer if I possibly can, because it's a really big trip and it'd just be nice to do it less often. We probably need to be growing more fruit and veg for that to happen though, so it's probably going to be 6 weeks for quite a while yet until we get the gardens properly established and preferably getting our fruit trees sorted. Or I suppose if I took the trailer every trip and bought really bulk fruit of what's in season. But because I only go every 6 weeks, I don't always get the peak specials. I buy seasonally, so I buy what's in season, and I definitely get it cheaper through my fruit and veg shop than I would buying it anywhere else. But it's not necessarily the cheapest for the season that you can get it, because I'm limited when I'm going. Like if I was shopping for absolute peak cheapness, you'd be watching until it was perfect timing and then you'd go and get it, and I don't do that. So anyway, what else? I put a couple of videos of what we eat in a week up, so if you want to see the kind of meals that I make, then they are up there as well. I also do videos, so after the weekend I have a little bit of a downtime for the 2 days after getting back from the shop, and then after that I record my days of cooking, preparing, freezing, preserving, whatever I bought. And I record all that and I put it out every couple of days to show people what I do with what I'm buying, because that's the question that I get asked a lot is how do you make it last and things like that. There is definitely some things that don't last the 6 weeks, like, you know, some fruit and veg definitely won't be fresh to eat at the end of the shopping period, but by freezing it or preserving it or canning it or cooking it or whatever, we still eat it at the end of the month, just not in the same form. We also buy a lot of frozen vegetables and stuff as well to supplement vegetables, you know, the snap frozen steam vegetables and things like that, and we all know that they're just as good as fresh nutrition wise, as so has been, you know, said. In regards to a budget, when we first started doing the 4 to 6 week grocery hauls, it was really important to stay within budget. YouTube brings me some income now, which has allowed us to be a little bit more lenient on the budget. So previously I would have to count everything as I went, like through Costco. I'd have to add it all up in my head as I go to make sure that I had enough at the end of the grocery shop. And whilst I still do that to a degree, it's very much a rounding, not a precise number, because I know that I've got a little bit more flexibility. But the way that I judge it, that we're staying within a budget and not going over for the sake of going over, is what I used to say was that $2 per head per meal at 3 meals a day over the 6 weeks. That used to be my like measuring stick to make sure that we were still maintaining a consistent spending across the board and not going overboard. Now, within that $2 per head per day over 6 weeks, I also include in that shampoo, conditioner, soap, razors, female necessities, toilet paper, toothpaste, toothbrushes. There's quite often some craft stuff at Aldi that is just lumped in with the grocery budget. Some extra spending at Costco sometimes, like lights or tools or whatever else. Unless it's a really big purchase like the ice cream maker last month, I don't make a point of mentioning it. It's just included in the cost that I spent. So this month I bought quite a few little craft kits at Aldi. I bought half a dozen deodorants and stuff and some hair wax and stuff at Coles because they were all half price. So I bought a few of them to put on the shelf. I don't know if there was anything else out of the... We bought a ham, which again is not something that I would normally buy. We also bought a box of cherries. So fruit and veg, I definitely went a bit overboard this month, and I probably spent... I'll put the breakup of what I spent everywhere on the screen because I don't have it with me. But I think I spent about $400 at the fruit and veg shop, and normally I spend about the $250 mark. But I bought cherries. I bought 8 big watermelons because they just looked really nice, and the kids adore watermelon, and they have been asking for more watermelon cordial since last year when I made it for them. Nectarines and peaches and a whole bunch of things. So we got some fancier fruit for the summer. I bought a box of Zupa Duper ice blocks and things like that. So you'll see all that come through, but I did overspend a little bit this month. So I dropped my piece of paper. So the total was $2,203. Now, I know I'm only shopping for a 4-week period, but I'm not very good at adjusting my figures from 4 to 6. So most of what I bought is still what I would buy on a 6-week period, and I'm counting it as a benefit because it means that I will get a little bit of a buffer on my shelves for when we go back to the 6-week shopping, and I like having that buffer. Like toilet paper, we generally only... We're pumping water from the RBC to the stock tank, and obviously the stock tank was a little fuller than I realised it started overflowing, so I had to get a child out to turn the pump off. Yes, overspent a little bit this month. We spent $2,203 in total for the groceries. Now, if I break that down into 6 weeks, so break it into a weekly amount, I'll put the figures up because I don't have them on me, but I'll put it up on the screen like I normally do. If I broke it down to 6 weeks and broke it per person, per day, per meal, it ends up being about $2.18 per person, so it's fine. But if you break it down to only 4 weeks, it's about $3.27 per meal per person, and that's a lot higher than I would normally do. But I am aware of where I did the extra spending, and I'm okay with it. And as I said, a lot of this stuff will last us longer than 6 weeks. I think what I was saying before I got interrupted was like toilet paper. We buy 2 bags of the toilet paper on a 6-week shop, and we regularly run out towards the end. Darryl gets something cheap from town to tide us over that last few days. So by still buying 2 but having a 4-week period, hopefully we'll end up with a bit of a buffer there so that when we're doing 6 weeks, we've always got that little bit extra. I could just buy 3 one 6-week period and then not the next, but they're really bulky to fit in my car when I've already got a lot of stuff in there. So yeah, so 203 is what we spent this month, but we did get a fair few extras, so as you'll see. So this is what we got this month. Alrighty, we have table 1 of the groceries. We have rice milk. I've got some Aldi brand as well as the Woolworths macro brand. And it is, I don't know, I think I got 16 at each place is what they had. We do still have a few left from last month because I did the same thing and got as many as I could, and it was only a 4-week cycle. But it's better, I like to grab as many as I can, and then that way there'll be extra in the cupboard. I got 12 of the green pesto from Aldi. I got 6 of the Italian tomato paste. I have to make bolognese probably this month, so I wanted some tomato paste for that, and then a couple extra for the shelves. I got 12 tins of corn. I got 6 packets of rice cakes because they still have some in the cupboard. I didn't get any rice crackers because they've gone off them a bit, so there's still plenty in the cupboard. 2 boxes of the UHT coconut milk. This is what we use with our hot coffee. I got 24 of the tin coconut creams. We use this for our baking, for making ice cream, for all sorts of things. So I always try and have 24 odd at a time. I got 6 litres of the Kirkland olive oil. So this one here, this 6 litre pack is $59.99. It's quite expensive now. It never used to be that expensive, but this is the one we like with mayo. We prefer the flavour of that one, so that's, I just restrict it to using only for that. And we go through around about 6 litres every month. Golden syrup for Christmas baking. I got a dozen of the dried spaghetti and half a dozen of the dry spirals, half a dozen of the macaroni. We still have a couple of each of these in the bucket, so this is to top all that up. This is Kavik's request every time I go shopping from Costco. He really likes the dehydrated veggie chips. I got some lozenges for Lorcan, who has a bit of a sore throat. I got 2 of the vegetable oils. These are the ones that we use for frying chicken and things like that. I did have a look. They had like big 15-litre casks and 20-litre tins, but this was 28 cents per 100. The 15-litre was 26 per 100, and the 20-litre was 24 per 100, I think it was. And for those couple of cents and trying to store the larger containers, I felt like this was a better option for us. This was a treat. It was on sale for 27, I think it was, and whilst they're just basically sugar, I have a hard time keeping up with making the smoothie pops and things like that for around Christmas time, around summer, so I thought that this might be nice to put a bag in the freezer every week sort of thing. I found some cherry coke at Costco, and Darryl had been mentioning that he saw cherry coke and really wanted some, so I grabbed it, and I bought this brand of cling wrap because we're having a lot of problems with the cling wrap brand. It's just not working at the moment. I grabbed 3 of the Australian honey. These are $9.95 a kilo at Costco. It's a very good price. And 1 of the 3 packs of ketchup, because we always have hot dogs for dinner on grocery night and everyone likes ketchup with that. I got, I think it was 12 of the udon noodles because we eat 4 per meal, so that's 3 meals worth of those udon noodles, and they were on special again, I think 2 for $3.50. I got 5 kilos of black beans because we used all of the black beans that I managed to put up, and then we have none left, so I managed to get 5 kilos of those. I got a 5-litre tin of ghee. Now one of my viewers sent me a screenshot of this, and they, like a photo of it, that they had seen it in the North Lakes Costco, and it hadn't been at the Ipswich one until today, so I grabbed that. That was $59.99 I think for the 5 litres, so that's a really good price for ghee. I got some wipes. I got some icing sugar or icing mixture. It's got tapioca, I think, mixed with sugar and blended really fine. Mostly for Christmas baking. We only buy raw sugar. I don't buy white sugar, and I can grind the raw sugar up in the Thermomix, but it never ends up quite fine enough. It always ends up slightly gritty in icing and stuff. So for Christmas purposes, normally we live with it. It's fine. But for Christmas purposes, when I'm making royal icing for icing gingerbread men and things like that. I really wanted something nice and smooth. I got the ramen noodles that we buy, the 1 kilo for $3.10 at Coles. I got a miso. I am going to make some of my own, but for the moment I got some miso, a Dijon mustard. Again, I've been slack with making my own mustard, so I got that. A couple of containers of baking powder because of the Christmas baking, and some cream of tartare, a instant yeast to replace the one that I opened this month. This smoky barbecue was on sale again, and I bought it on sale a couple of months ago and really liked it, so I bought it again because it just was really tasty. I got some salt. Now, I like the black beans. I was going to do a bulk order through Honest to Goodness, and I would have bought some salt when I did that, but I've put it off, and now this close to Christmas I probably won't do it until after Christmas. So I grabbed some more salt to get us through for the moment, a minced garlic, a litre of maple syrup, a peanut butter. We already have a couple left, so this is just a backup. I also got some nutritional yeast for the faux cheese sauces that I make, and I found this at Big W actually. It wasn't even part of the groceries. Peach flavoured soda stream that I thought Darryl might really like. Got some dish liquid. They only had 2 of these ones, which is my preferred, on the shelf. I haven't tried this one before, but I decided to give it a go because it's a gentle one, so it shouldn't have SLS in it. I got 2 kilos of coffee beans, and I just got these from Aldi. We still have a few bags in the crate, so I just wanted a couple of extra. I got 3 packs of the tortillas that the kids really like. Now these are 3 packs of 12 for $8.39, so these are a really good value. I forgot to get these last month, and they're really handy to have. I got some anchovies for pizzas and some of the blueberry jam that the kids really like from Aldi as well. We also got 4 boxes of Wheat Bix and 4 boxes of rice bubbles. What else did I miss? I also got 4 of the Aldi olive oil, which I think is $7.99. I'll check that and put it up on the screen, which is cheaper than the Costco stuff now. But we did try it with the mayo and we weren't hugely fussed on it. So I would prefer to use this for anything else I use olive oil in, and use the Costco one for mayo. I think that was all from there. I got 3 of the 2.5 kilo tins of the, let me move them, the diced tomatoes, and that's because I intend to make pasta sauce and bolognese up because we are running short in the freezer. Some scourers, some pads, some paper towel, ghost milk soap, shampoo, conditioner, deodorants, razors, hair wax. I bought the dishwasher tablets from Costco because they're a whole lot cheaper at Costco than they are anywhere else, just in case we end up getting the dishwasher before my next trip. I thought it was worth buying just in case. Alrighty, second table worth. And because it's nice and bright and sunny, we're getting to fill these tables up rather than having to do multiple tables. I got some Savoy cabbages. There's 4 of those. They were the cheapest ones. Currently, I think they were $3 each. I just got carrots from Costco just because it was easier. I got some of the Coles corn chips that we like. There's 6 bags of those ones. I got garbage bags. They were just from Costco. I got 2 bags of the small red potatoes that I like, and a big bag of the white potatoes from Costco as well. 2 lots of toilet paper and our hot dog rolls for dinner. I got a celery for all that chicken stock that I need to make with all the carcasses. Broccoli was pretty expensive, so I just got a bag from Costco. A bag of cucumbers for the kids and some baby broccoli. Again, these were all pretty expensive, so I just got small amounts from Costco. Asparagus is still a good price though. It's Australian asparagus, and it was only $9.95 for the kilo. I got a box of bananas. These were $40 for the box, so not cheap, but not overly expensive either. I got a box of cherry tomatoes. Large tomatoes, field tomatoes, were quite expensive this month, but the cherry tomatoes weren't too bad. I think it might have been $20, I think, for this box, and this box is like half eaten because as soon as we got home, that's what the kids all nommed on, which is fine. That's what they were bought for, was just for fresh eating. I got a box of peaches and a box of nectarines. Now these were $30 a box, 10 kilo boxes. Again, not super cheap, but still a whole lot cheaper than I can buy them elsewhere. And I got a whole lot of mangoes. So these were they were clearing these ones out because they got some fresh stock in. So these have some spots and things like that. And I got them for $1 each. So again, not massively cheap, but still cheaper than buying fresh. The cherries were a good price at the moment. They were $39.99 for a 5 kilo box. So this is probably the only cherries we will buy this Christmas, but we will enjoy them. And apricots were really cheap too. So I don't know if the kids have ever had fresh apricots, but I thought it was worth grabbing this a box. And then I grabbed 2 boxes of apples, and I really like these little tiny apples because there's always a lot less wastage, and they're super crunchy. I ate one while I was packing the car. So I think these were $2 a kilo, these apples. And then I got 8 big, really nice looking watermelons. So the kids have been requesting more watermelon cordial, and then we'll eat a lot of them just fresh anyway. So these were $1.49 a kilo. So again, nothing was like an extreme deal this month, but everything was still well priced. So that's what we got in the way of fruit and veg this month. Alrighty, the third table, last table. I got a 25 kilo bag of baker's flour from Costco. I ordered some cashews that were on special at Coles, which wasn't this brand, it was a different brand, and obviously they were out of stock, and they changed them for these ones. But the ones that I ordered came in 1 kilo bags, and they've only replaced them with 3 400 gram bags. So, you know, and I got some roasted and salted ones for Darryl mostly, who likes them as a snack, and they came roasted but not salted. So anyway, hopefully the refund comes through and it's fine. I got a pork belly to make bacon with. These have gone up in price. They're now $16.49 a kilo, so it's a bit sucky. But I got one of them because we really miss bacon, and I can't seem to get any cheap bacon anywhere. Chuck short ribs were on special for $12.99 a kilo, so I grabbed a bag of those. These will be really nice done in the smoker, though my smoker is broken, but I do have the charcoal grill that Mum got me for Christmas last year that I still haven't mastered, so I think I might try these in there. Got some salami. We use this for pizza. I got a ham on the bone. We really like the one that comes from Costco, and it is $9.99 a kilo. I will get another one of them next month as well while they have them for Christmas. Some frozen veg, some champagne ham for the kids. These just come in those individual packages, which is convenient for sitting in the fridge. I got some spring roll pastry to use with that chicken mince that I have. So I grabbed quite a few of those because there's only 20 sheets in each one, and I'd really like to make up some in bulk, and then I can freeze them and we can have them later. I did find some diced bacon for $6.99 a kilo. It's never great quality, but it's perfectly fine for, like, if I'm going to make bolognese and stuff, this can go in the bottom of the bolognese. We'll cook it up with onion for on hot dogs tonight, things like that. But it's not great, but it's, you know, it's fine. Hot dog sausages for dinner tonight. We really like these ones. These are a chicken and pork blend. Very tasty. The only thing is that these black lines, it's actually a piece of plastic, so every single sausage has its own plastic sleeve. It's kind of annoying. I got 2 of the pork roast, $7.99 a kilo. Now if you buy 3 of them, you can get them at a case price for $6.99 a kilo, but I really just don't have the space or need for 3 this month, so I just grabbed the 2. I grabbed a fresh silver side so that I can brine it and then dry rub it and smoke it for a pastrami style sliced meat. And I got 4 trays of just the chicken thighs. I didn't get any chicken breasts or anything else this month because I have all that chicken mince, and I do have a couple of bags of chicken fillets, chicken breast fillets in the freezer as well to use. I also grabbed one of my cheeses. I actually was going to forego it this month because I still have half a block from last month, and I just thought, you know, with less spending, but it was $5 off, so I grabbed it anyway. And that, I think, was everything this month. So that was this month's groceries. So again, 4-week period is all we got for this one, but I sort of shop for 6. If you're interested in seeing how I use it, how I make it work, there's lots of plans with the fruit. I really want to make some peach cordial because we like peach iced tea, so I think some peach cordial will be really nice with the soda stream. I will make some more mango scrap cordial with the seeds and peels of the mango. The mango lime everyone really liked, so I'll make some more of that. The nectarines probably get eaten. We will make watermelon jelly and watermelon cordial because the kids adored that last year when I had the excess watermelons, and hopefully we'll be able to get a few more in the next shop as well. What else do we have? Cherries will probably get eaten just as is, but I might try and make a cherry jam or something as a bit special. A cherry jam would be really nice as a bit like a cranberry jam sort of thing, as a side for roast meat and stuff, I reckon. Don't know. I've never made cherry jam or anything because cherries are so expensive, but I might make a really small batch just to give it a go. What other fruit was there? Mangoes, I already said, so nothing else out of the ordinary that we'll do too much with, but we'll definitely do that with some of the fruit. We'll make a big batch of the buttermilk fried chicken again. We've got the pork roast to do. Now my smoker died the other week, which is really sad. I do have a charcoal grill that I'm going to try and work out how to use, because Mum bought that for me last Christmas, but I haven't managed to get it working consistently yet, so I will give that another go now that I don't have my normal smoker. And I bought the beef short ribs will be really nice done on that charcoal grill too, I think. We'll see. I got pork belly to turn into bacon and the silver side to turn into pastrami. I also have a stainless steel meat press, I suppose it's called, that you grind up meat and you put it in it and you compress it and you steam it and you end up having lunch meat. So I'm going to try some of that chicken mince done like that to make like chicken loaf to slice thin for the kids, because they really like chicken loaf, but it's quite expensive and there's a lot of stuff in it, whereas if I can make it myself with just the chicken mince, then that will be ideal. I also bought those spring roll pastries, so the plan is to make chicken spring rolls this month as well, to try with that sweet chili sauce that I made a couple of months ago when I had all those chilies. So that's on the cards as well. So yes, if you're interested in all of that, please think about subscribing and watching the videos over the next couple of weeks where I share all that. We are going to do Vlogmas again this year too, to the best of my ability. And so if you want to see all that, stick around. You'll see more of the kids and crafts and stuff in that, because that's most of what Vlogmas is. We try and do a lot of baking and a lot of Christmas crafts and a lot of that sort of thing over December with the kids for that. So anyway, I will see you guys on the next video. I will try and do the FAQ Q&A type thing the next one, and then we will do a garden update, though Darryl did forget to water the garden the entire time I was gone. So anyway, and I will see you on the next video. Bye guys.